More concepts to go. Timing. This is important. In a debate, in a competitive debate or a structured debate in a classroom, different speakers are given a specific amount of time to speak. Okay? So, for example, in the Asian parliamentary debate format, the first 3 speakers on the team will get 3 minutes, 7 minutes to speak. Okay? And there's a 4th speech that is for 4 minutes. In the British parliamentary debate format, everyone has 7 minutes to speak. In the World Schools format, everybody has 8. So this varies, but the basic idea is that there is a specific time limitation. And this differs from debates in the real world. If I'm a politician or if I'm sitting in a meeting, roundtable meeting, and I'm having a debate with other people, there isn't a specific restriction on how long I can speak. There may be a restriction on the entire event, so this meeting will run for 1 hour. But if I'm the boss, I can speak longer than other people, right? If I'm the lowest junior employee, it may be difficult for me to get my voice into the discussion. But in the debate, everyone has the equal opportunity to speak, right? So this creates a level playing field, it creates fairness. And as a teacher, changing the amount of time people have to speak varies the skill set that you need. If my speech time is very long, then my speech must be very structured and must be very clear, and I must have a lot of arguments and research or ideas to talk about. If my speech is very short, then the challenge is choosing what to talk about and trying to be efficient and responsive and dynamic. All right? Timing also applies to how much time people have to prepare for a debate. In the Asian parliamentary format, you have 30 minutes before each debate. And every topic changes, so it's a little bit more dynamic. In the World Schools format, you have an hour for some debates. For some debates, you have prepared motions, so you know what the topic is going to be, and people can have more research. So the amount of time you have impacts how people prepare and the work that students or debate team members do and what they learn. It also impacts how dynamic the debate is going to be. Speaking of dynamic, the next thing we're going to talk about is the concept of interaction, or dynamic interaction. In some debates, while people are speaking, and debates, it's about speeches, and people usually will alternate those speeches, so teams will take turns speaking to interact with each other. So firstly, the supporting team will speak, and then the opposing team will speak, and then the supporting team will speak, and then the opposing team will speak, and so on, right? So that's interaction. But there can be another level of interaction. During the speech, people may interact with each other. How exciting. So this can take the form of points of information. For example, in the Asian parliamentary format, if I'm speaking, so people on the other side can stand up and ask and offer me a question. And if I choose to accept the question, I must respond immediately to that question. Right? This is similar in the World Schools format or the British parliamentary debating format. Some debate formats have a cross-examination. So 2 speakers will stand facing each other, and one speaker has the opportunity for 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 2 minutes to ask as many questions as they can, all they want, to the other speaker. Some have crossfire. So 2 speakers stand again, but they keep asking questions to each other, right? So this is a dynamic element of debating. So you can't really prepare your speech as much. You have to interact very quickly. And this prepares people for a very important skill in the real world, which is how to react, how to respond, right? So if you're going to go for an interview, or you're running a question and answer session, you're being interviewed by the press or the media, you have to be able to respond immediately to things. You don't have time to prepare a response, all right? The final concept we're going to look at the 6 are arguments and rebuttals, right? An argument, now when you hear the word argument, usually it means a fight between someone else. Okay, maybe even like a big debate, people getting into an argument. In a debate or in debate speak, an argument means a specific idea or a reason which supports your side, right? So if you're going to use the example of the death penalty and abolishing removing the death penalty, I can say one argument in order to remove the death penalty is that it is cruel, right? You're removing killing someone, and we don't have the right to remove life. So I'm trying to make an argument why we should remove the death penalty, focused on the fact that it is cruel. Okay? Now this is the core of a debate. Arguments are what persuade other people, and arguments are what win or lose debates. Your timing and your teams and your sides and your structure is just a form. It creates a platform in which to have the debate. But the arguments are the actual debate. Without any arguments, you will have no debate, right? Even if you lose a little bit of the timing or you have many different sides, you can change all of those things, but you cannot remove the arguments element from a debate, right? Rebuttals are things that you say in response to an argument. So I made the argument that the death penalty is cruel and therefore should be removed. My rebuttal to that argument is that it's not cruel because it's a response to something that someone did, or because it has a noble purpose to help other people, to remove crime from society. You may or may not believe that argument or that rebuttal, but that's what the argument and the rebuttals are. Okay? So those are the six basic concepts. You have the topic, something that the debate is about. Then you have sides under those topics, maybe 2 sides or 3 sides or 4 sides, but the very basic 2 sides, one side that supports the topic and one side that opposes the topic. Then after the sides, what do we have? That's right, you have teams and speakers in each side. So maybe 1 team or 2 teams, or a team of 3, or maybe 1 speaker versus 1 speaker, right? After that, you have timing. Each speaker has a set amount of time to speak, and this is important to create fairness and a level playing field. Then you have interaction, maybe questions to each other, or a big discussion, or cross-examination or something. And finally, the concept of arguments. There must always be these arguments going back and forth in the debate. Okay? Good. Seems like it's about time for a break, maybe. Maybe you should watch this debate and see if you can identify some of those basic concepts. Right? So maybe there will be a little bit of an example video. Watch the video and see if you can understand or identify those basic concepts in that debate. Right? Or maybe just have a cup of coffee or something. Right? To refresh yourself.